Hey, how you doing? I'm back. And guess what else is back, y'all? Love is Blind. It's back. And I'm excited to jump into the miss. Okay, so first of all, let's all just say thank you, Lord, thank you, Jesus, for somebody, whoever the blessed person was, to come along and tell Nick Lachey to stop saying, hey, it's Nick Lachey, obviously. Sir, it's 2023. It is no longer 2002. It is not obvious who you are. And I'm sure somebody in production pulled him aside and was just like, come here, come here, stop. Okay? Just stop. We don't need you to say obviously. It's not obvious, okay? You're not Justin Timberlake. Anyway, so first 30 minutes of the show, like of the first episode, I'm just going to talk about episodes 1-4 and kind of just give an overview of the different couples and who ended up together. So, first 30 minutes of the show had me like, because I thought they were going to be on that same Nick Lachey and what's her name, Jessica or Jasmine or one of them generic white people girl names. His wife, Lachey, the Lacheys, and Netflix on their same bullshit where they cast a bunch of white people plus people of color that only like white people. I.e., what's their last show that they just did, where all the crazy people came together in the house and was going date to date to date to date, and some come, some stay, some go, or whatever. That same vibe, or all the other Love Is Blinds except for the first one. I was ready to see that where they have like one token black people, but it's just like they just so happen to only like white people. All right, if you say so, but thank goodness as the show goes on, we see black people, like actual black people, like that, like other black people that enjoy the culture. Yeah, I was here for that. I appreciated that in itself. But we first started off with their favorite kind of black person, the one that only dates white people, Kwame, who's talking about how, yeah, my heart was broken because when I first dated, white people rejected me and I couldn't take my date and couldn't take my girlfriend to prom because I was black and like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Claudius is kept my high school sweetheart. Freshman year to, senior year and even some of college years was a white guy. Yeah, I know. Poor black meme. Chocolate cotton? What? Yes, girl, yes. I was once in love with the white chocolate. You know what I'm saying? It was real. It was beautiful. But even in all of that, I like being black. I didn't have anything against black guys. It just so happened that my person at the time was white. So I'm not saying that there is something wrong with a black person or a person of color dating or loving someone that is not white. However, there's an air. There's an aroma of a certain kind of black person / i.e. Person of color who only dates white people. They get this sense. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't quit playing like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, okay? Kwame, one of those people, okay? So, obviously, all of his people, all of his connections are what? Say it together, class. White. So, first thing we learned that was really interesting about him was he used to be a professional soccer player. I think he's like a programmer, senior programmer, something like that nowadays. And he was talking to Micah. He was talking to Chelsea and talked about how that really hurt him and how it really affected him. Shout out to Chelsea for giving him the space to express that, because she was absolutely right. That sometimes when you have those types of situations like losses, injuries that cause you to not be able to do the sport that you love anymore, people don't give you much room to grieve. You know, that loss. That is a really big thing to lose something like that. It was hard. So shout out to her for that. Chelsea, tall white blonde girl, skinny white girl. You know, she cool. But I like Chelsea. Chelsea's cool. Micah, on the other hand, we're gonna keep an eye on her. I'll tell you about her a little later. Keep her in mind. That's the other connection that Kwame has. And when he comes out there, he's just like, I'm gunning for her. She's my girl. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She is everything. She's who I want to be with. So Micah, her connections are Paul and Kwame. Keep in mind that when Kwame first comes out and talks about Micah, Paul was watching quietly. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. Also, something else about Micah. Her best friend is Irina. Or Irina. Something like that. Whatever the girl's name is. I don't like neither one of them because they're mean girls. We don't like mean girls. I tell my baby all the time, we don't do the pretty mean girl thing. Because, no, we don't need no more of those in the world, okay? That spot has been taken. We don't need you to fill in, okay? So that's pretty much about Micah. I'll talk more about her as it goes along, and we'll talk about him. Paul, his connections are Micah and Amber. He is an environmental scientist. Ooh. I still don't trust him. I still don't trust him. Now, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to tell you. So, Kwame actually chose Micah. The way all that went down was so messy. So, Paul and Micah, they talked in the pods, right? And they basically decided that we're gonna be together. You need to cut off. Everybody need to cut off their own other connections, right? Which is valid. That's fine. But it was the way they went about it. It was so underhanded, so messed up, and not cool at all. So first of all, Paul, he keeps up the buddy buddy quiet guy act, and he kind of goes back. He doesn't really say anything or whatever. Amber, but the guys, they pretty much stay cool in their like men's lounge situation. Micah and her bestie Irina, they made the women's lounge. It's just like, must you be a stereotype? People already think that women can't get along, that there's always mess kept up, and blah 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 blah, all that, and it's just like, you proved it. You proved it. This is what people be talking about. Okay? Like, was it necessary? Did you have to? Micah and Irina were, we need to, they need to he needs to let go of her. Paul needs to let go of Amber. He needs to let go of Amber and go do. And and as soon as he comes out, I'm watching my clock. He should be breaking her heart in 2.5 seconds. If it's any longer, if it's 3 seconds, I got an issue. I got a problem. Okay, so she and Irina were sitting on the couch about this girl's heartbreak. Amber comes in, and inevitably, Paul has told Amber that he's gonna go with his other choice, which valid. Again, cool, that's fine. Comes in and they are kikiing it up, to the point that Irina is going over there like spying on the conversation, trying to hear. She's like, go listen, Micah, go listen. I want to hear. And of course, once Chelsea looks up and sees that Irina is sitting there listening to the conversation, she's like, and abort mission. That was not cute. It wasn't funny. You at your big age playing mean girl games. Could you please get it together? Like, what's your life about? I didn't like that. I didn't like how that played out at all. And then Micah has to go into her little situation and tell Kwame that she is going to go with Paul. Breaks Kwame's heart. Baby is boo-hooing. And then he has to go on and try and convince himself that he still is okay with going with Chelsea, which is his second option. Chelsea is cool. She should have been his first option. But the problem was, Kwame's one of those people I can tell that he likes girls that don't like him too much. She was super affirming. I told you that she gave him the space to express how he felt about losing his soccer career and all that kind of stuff. She was the truth, okay? Like, she was sweet, she was compassionate, all those things. Not interested in Kwame. He likes mean girls. He likes mean girls, which is why he went ahead and was all over Micah. Micah goes in and says, don't want you. Move along. Move along. But she kind of still keeps a little bit of a line to Kwame, even though she tells him that she's going to go with Paul. So then, let me tell you. So I told you about Amber. She's sweet girl, thick girl. She was the one that was talking to Paul as well. Got her heart broken because she's been married 3 times or twice already. I was just like, girl, how? Aren't you like 15? But, that's neither here nor there. I don't know your life, things happen, life happens. Cool. Gets her heart broken. Paul tells her. So we say bye-bye to Amber after we see just how mean those girls are to her. I think production was just trying to show with Amber, with how Micah and Arena handled that. I think they were just trying to highlight just how trash they really are. And we appreciate that. So we're moving along. And guess what we start getting into? Color. And I was like, okay. We get a little color with Jacqueline. Jackie. I was like, okay, we getting close. I mean, she's a Afro-Latina, but, we're closer. We're closer. We may actually get some, like, for real black people. This is the first episode where I was just like, okay, there's hope. It's there. Cool. So, she's super spicy. And her people that she talks to are Marshall and Josh. I don't know what it is about Josh. I think it's just because we didn't see very much of him. I'm just like, he just gave me a vibe. He gave me a vibe. Something tells me that he's going to reappear later, but he gave me a vibe. Marshall, however, Marshall. I'm here for Marshall. I love him, okay? He's super affectionate. He's a poet, okay? He's funny. He's sweet, but I can tell you what's going to be an issue. Mark my words. When I do the next review on the next 4 episodes, I'm going to tell you, I knew I was right. He's too nice, too sweet for Jackie. Jackie likes toxic guys. I said it. She likes toxic guys. She likes the guys who are fine and aggressive and a little toxic. She gives me that vibe, and I was like, Marshall is too emotionally intelligent for her. She gonna run him away. Not because, when I run him away, she's going to push him away. That's the better way to say it. Because Marshall is here for Jackie 1,000,000,000%. And they do actually end up together. So right now, so far, the couples that we have is Kwame and Chelsea, who he don't really like. His second choice, remember? He ain't really feeling Chelsea like that, but Kwame and Chelsea, Micah and Paul, the jerk, and the mean girl. And then we have Jackie and Marshall, the spicy Afro-Latina who likes toxic guys, with the sweet guy who has to boss up every once and again to be like, hey, I'm sweet, but I'm a killer. Don't push me. Okay? Then we move on to Zach. Zach is an interesting character. Okay, first of all, he was getting on my nerves with telling all these little, like, I'm a stripper. And, and he's telling all the girls, like, I'm poor, I live under a bridge. And stuff like that to try and get, like, a, do you care about these types of... Girl, excuse me. Any hoodoo bubbles. He tries to get that vibe from them to see, like, what it is. It's just like, how about you just be you and find out from there? So all the girls were actually picking up on that too. They were just like, could you stop with this whole, I'm a stripper and my stripper name is, do you still accept me? I didn't like that. But we find out the reason why he's doing that, and that's because he was raised by his mother, who was a stripper, and was judged harshly by a lot of people because of that situation. He came from a impoverished type of lifestyle and growing up, and so it's really important to him to find someone that will accept him flaws and all throughout any stage or change that he may go through in life, and just really accept him, for who he is. He's a defense lawyer, which I thought was interesting. And he's talking to Bliss and Irina. Now, Bliss is interesting. She's from Alaska. She's an ex fisherman, and she does the baby voice. Like if you watch Ready to Love, Jeffrey. Oh my god, because I just love how he takes care of me, and I love being in my feminine energy, and he's just a good man. So I love Bliss. The voice, I need her to throw that away. Put it in the trash. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Marshall's black. Bliss is black. I was like, okay, Zach. I mean, this is Love is Blind, so he doesn't know that she's black. But I was like, okay, Zach. Take me back, okay? Cute. So she used to be a fisherman from Alaska. Now she's in cybersecurity. She's super nurturing, super sweet, kind, and all those things. I told you she does the baby voice too, so you already know she's giving like Stepford wife type of vibes, right? This is when you see again the mean girl behavior from Irina and Cisco, really Micah, but really more Irina. Irina is really the one that's just like, oh wow, so your energy is just terrible. Got it. Okay, so this is between the Irina, Zach, and Bliss triangle. That's when you see it again. Do you know this girl forgot it was Zach's birthday? And while Bliss is making him cupcakes, this fool go up and ask her, "Can I have one of your candles?" Girl, no. Like, why would I give you candles or anything to give to Zach, who is also my connection? Could you go away? Could you get the away from me? Like, girl, why? Weird, real weird. But she just was giving real nasty energy. Gets under Bliss's skin, okay? And this is where Bliss messed up, because she started to share that with Zach and telling him how much she judged, how much she just did not like Irina. She's a mean girl, and says that basically, if you choose Irina, it tells me your judgment, like what kind of judgment you have, which that was something that you should have kept to yourself. 1000% true. 1000% true. That him choosing Irina was a representation of what kind of judgment he has and how well he judges character. His judgment of character is trash. Because you know what he says to Irina? It says about Irina? I trust her. I can really trust her. I trust her the most. Why? Why? Like, no. No. So I get why she felt that way. She just shouldn't have shared that with him. Because then he was feeling away. And she even came back later, like a day later, the day that he dumped her, and told her, she was like, I'm sorry for putting that on you, because I realized I put you in a weird position, with saying how I felt about Irina and all that stuff. It kind of puts you in a weird place. So my bad about that. I talked to Irina and told her, we're going to be cool. We're going to be cordial and stuff like that. No hard feelings. Cool, 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 cool. This fool still ends up picking Irina. Bad decision. Bad choice. Okay? Hated it. So then we move on to, no, we talked about Zach. Brett. Now, let's get to the chocolate we like to see, okay? Brett, he has an inspiring story of how he ended up with Nike. He doesn't even have a college degree, okay? But he's like a head designer or something of that sort for Nike. I was just like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he's talking to Tiffany, who I love that this is how they ended up because she was like outside in the real world. I would have never given Brett a chance just because he doesn't have a college degree. Typically, I don't talk to guys like that. Turns out they're perfect for each other. I laughed when Brett was spilling his heart out to her and baby girl fell asleep because I was like, oh my gosh, she's me and I'm her. She's me and I'm her. You could be telling me that I am dying of a disease, but when that sleep come over me, baby, it don't matter what you're saying to me. I don't care. Yes, you were spilling your heart out, spitting your guts out, telling me all the things that are emotional. If I feel the sleep come over me, I am going to bed. I'm asleep. I'm asleep. Sorry. I'm asleep. Sis fell asleep. At first, Brett was like, I'm done. I'm over. I was like, no, Brett, don't make me not like you for throwing this girl away for something like that. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But she apologized. He got over it. They chose each other. And right now, they're my favorite couple. And it's clear that they're probably the ones that are going to make it to the end and actually stay together. Because they were match made in heaven. For sure, for sure. Then, oh, and I really told you already about Irina. She's from Russia. She said she had bad acne as a child. As a child. Moving along. I can't judge her too bad. You see, I'm starting to get some adult acne. I've never been somebody that got acne or broke out or anything like that. And girl, at my big age of 30, what is happening? What's happening? Why am I breaking out now? We could have dealt with this at like 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When it makes sense. Why now? Weird. I don't know. So in that, I was just like, Irina, I don't like you, so I'm low-key judging you, but I'm also not judging you because I get it. Skin don't be skinning when it's supposed to be winning. You know what I'm saying? Girl, why? Ignore me. But, so, telling you all the couples again. Paul, Micah, Irina, Zach, Bliss. Oh no, we wish it was Bliss, but no. Tiffany, Brett, and Kwame and Chelsea. Oh, and Jacqueline and Marshall. Those are our couples. We're moving on. We're going to Mexico. Okay. So, right off the bat, Irina and Zach are not going to make it. They don't even make it out of the honeymoon situation together because Irina is showing her true colors, being trash, being a jerk towards Zach because she's not attracted to him. She's not attracted to him and she's making sure that he feels it and knows it. I was just like, this is what Bliss was talking about when she said your judgment of character is, we'll say subpar. Yeah. Not it. Not it. Because you should have saw her being like this and flipping on you, being a mean girl from jump. You should have seen that from jump. That she would be like that. But I'm watching the show after it's happened. You lived it. It took you some time to see it. Okay, I'll let you live. But yeah, she was being a jerk to him. But guess who she is moving up on? Even though they all engaged people. Her best friend's man, Paul. Irina is trash. Trash city. Okay? Like, this girl is in. But she deserves. Micah deserves her as a best friend because you know what Micah's doing? Moving up on Kwame, whose heart she broke in the pods and told him she didn't want to be with him because she was a part of that master plan and was like, get rid of him, get rid of it, because it's me and you, Paul. Yeah. She's moving up on Kwame, who's with Chelsea. And Kwame, with his needing to be accepted, looking at, like, he's taking the bait. Now, he's trying so hard. I will give him that. He is fighting tooth and nail, baby, to be a good man to Chelsea. It is just not working out that way. And I appreciate Chelsea for being like, but not me, not today, not ever. Uh-uh. Either you get this together, figure this out, or I'm out the door, baby. I can go. You see these legs? Okay? You see the shoe collection? You see me being a blonde white woman in America? Boy, good night. Uh-uh. I can move along. Goodbye. So they're having all of these issues because she's moving up on Kwame and not paying attention to her best friend, moving up on her man, Paul. Jacqueline has a full out breakdown, emotional breakdown about having to go back home, and all of this is, just for right now. And when she gets home, her life is waiting on her. Marshall, being the good man that he is, he's trying to be emotionally supportive and everything like that. We see later in the previews or whatever that that's gonna run out because she insists on I need a taste of toxicity, and you're giving me emotionally stable. I can't deal. So we'll see how that unfolds. We'll talk about it later as it comes along. You know what I'm saying? But Brett and Tiffany living their best life. Okay, he grabbing all her booty, all her. You know what I'm saying? They getting it in and say, get in. I'm here for it. I love it. Okay, they're living their best life. Zach and Irina falling apart. Paul and Micah falling apart, even though Micah don't know it yet. Chelsea and what's his name is falling apart, and Kwame is falling apart. I can already tell that Kwame gonna get on my nerves. Something serious this whole season. Any hoodle boodles. So and also, I don't like how they were throwing Zach away and treating him like, he's so weird. I mean, I like the fact that was the one thing that I was like, okay, Kwame, I'm with you on that. When, what's her name was talking about, when Chelsea was talking about Zach, and she was like, I like Zach. Can we talk about Irina, though? I was like, okay. Zach is weird. He is. He's weird. He's quirky and just awkward. Okay? But he's okay. Irina, though. It's funny how everybody recognizes that Irina is a mean girl. Even Kwame says to one of the guys that I was really here for Micah. I wanted her, but who you hang around with says a lot about your own character. And she's friends with Irina. I was like, ooh, you caught it. Now, we wish that Zach would have caught it, but he didn't. He does at the end. Listen, I was here for it. He held no punches. He had no more sugar for her bullshit. Okay? Nothing. Nothing for her at the end. He was just like, this was the worst. This was terrible. Let's call it. Let's call it. And she was like, you wish you would have chose Bliss. And he was like, I was actually thinking about her the whole time. Every time I was with you, I was thinking about Bliss. I was like, yes, thank you. Take the wind out her sails. Treating you like that. Like, girl, who are you? Who do you think you are? Okay? But it was just like, I didn't like how she was doing him. But girl, that was pretty much the first 4 episodes. We'll see how the rest of this plays out. I'm here for it because it looks like we're gonna be doing a bunch of flipping, flopping, and switching and swapping on this season because we saw Josh. Is that his name? We saw Josh come back and have a conversation with Jackie, the unstable one that like toxic men, spicy Latina. Yeah, we see him come back and talking to her. Obviously, Zach is running. back to Bliss. And it's like, please, baby, please. I'm so sorry. Take me back, baby. Please. Okay? And we're here for that. I hope Bliss doesn't make it easy for him. But I hope she gives him something like a chance, because he does deserve somebody that will accept him and love him for him. And I think he needs that nurturing, sweet energy that she has. It'll balance out his job of being a terrible person, because he's a defense lawyer, you know? So I feel like that's going to be needed in his life overall, like in the long run. Um, I'm just waiting on Kwame and Micah to follow. Ooh, Freudian slip, Lord Jesus. I'm waiting on Micah and Paul. Well, I know they're gonna fall apart because in the future, in the flash forward, what are they called? The previews. They show that Irina tells Micah basically, I mean, I don't want my man, but I've been feeling your man, and I kind of want him, girl. So look out. Here I come. I'm coming to get your, I'll take your man. Real salt and pepper style. You know what I'm saying? And we're just waiting. It's coming. Countdown 5, 4, 3, 2. Kwame and Chelsea, they're breaking up. Okay? And he's going to skedaddle back over to Micah. I'm calling it right now. And I'm going to be holding strong for Chelsea like, yes, ma'am, legged, long legged, blonde, white woman in America. Walk away from him. Walk away from him. He don't deserve you, girl. Good woman. Good woman. Okay? And we all know that Brett and Tiffany are going to continue to be looking like, ooh, it must suck to suck. Can't relate. I don't have them problems. We over here basking in black love. Don't know what y'all are about. Okay, but basically that was the first 4 episodes. I enjoyed it. Let me know if you watched it, what you thought, who your favorite couples were, and who you think the problems are going to be this season. You know what I'm saying? Who you think the problems going to be? Put it down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for coming back and, entertaining my craziness. I love you guys. I'll let you guys know about the next few episodes, and I'm out.